So why do you need my driver's license?
We're waiting for a supervisor, okay?
I understand. Why do you need my driver's license on? Why?
Yourself, like who you are.
Why do you need to identify me?
Sir, you're on airport property.
That has nothing to do with anything. I'm parked. I was parked when you guys came up to me.
Yeah.
You didn't pull me over. I was parked.
I see that you're recording.
Of course I am, because you guys are asking me for my insurance, driver's license, and everything. For what
Which
reason?
we have the authority to do.
Says who?
So it's the Highway Traffic Act.
You have. Why do you have to have that for no reason? You don't even have a reason. What did I do? What did I break a law?
We have the right to ask anyone for their insurance.
Well, I don't mind giving it to you.
At the start of this encounter, a female officer approaches a man parked near the airport, demanding his driver's license and ID without clear justification. The man calmly questions the reason behind the request, emphasizing that he was already parked and not pulled over. Despite his cooperation, the officer insists she has the authority under the Highway Traffic Act. This scene highlights how easily simple situations escalate when authority is used without cause, raising questions about overreach and accountability in everyday policing.
But I don't like the fact that you just come up and you want my driver's license, insurance, and for no reason. Because I was parked. I wasn't speeding. I wasn't doing anything illegal. There was nothing.
Then what's the problem?
That's what I'm saying. Then what's the problem? Why would you ask me for that stuff?
Because we have the authority to do so.
What? That's not an answer.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. That's
We got a call
that's
for
a,
suspicious vehicle out of the abandoned at an airport. Okay?
Oh, so you think there's something wrong with the vehicle?
I'm telling you why you're being stopped. Why we're here.
I wasn't
Got a call.
stopped. I wasn't stopped. You just said why I'm being stopped.
Why you're being detained right now? Because technically you're being detained.
I'm detained?
Any traffic stop is a detention.
Okay, so I'm detained.
That's semantics.
No, I would now you let me know that I'm detained. So, anyways, when your supervisor comes out, then we can go further with that. I just didn't do anything wrong. I dropped my family off at the airport. I got a $75 ticket, which sucks because I have 3 kids and 1 wife and
The man remains polite but firm, pressing the officer to explain what law he has violated. She vaguely responds that police have the right to ask for insurance or identification from anyone. When he points out that he's parked, not driving, her reasoning collapses. Soon, the situation shifts. She admits he's being detained, calling it semantics. That moment changes everything. The man realizes this isn't a casual conversation, but an official detention, and calmly requests a supervisor to ensure transparency in the unfolding encounter.
7 luggages and 3 knapsacks to take in
There's always
there.
an option to park your vehicle.
No, there isn't, because there was the parking. I was going to do that, and the parking only goes to here. Right? This is too high for the parking. I was gonna pay the $14 or $20 to park it, and then go and be able to say goodbye to my family, but I couldn't even go in there, right? So I know you can say that, but it wasn't even an option for me. So, anyways, I'm not filming you to be a dick. I'm just filming you because I want to know that I'm not going to be violated here. Perfect.
As he waits, the man explains his side of the story. He was simply dropping off his wife and 3 children at the airport. With 7 pieces of luggage and limited parking space, he chose to stop temporarily, already having received a $75 ticket. His frustration grows, not from the fine, but from being treated like a criminal while performing a normal family duty. He records the officers not to provoke them, but to protect himself, ensuring there's evidence in case the encounter turns unfair or abusive.
How are you doing today?
Sir, how are you?
Good. I asked for you
Yep, no problem.
because I was parked here.
Yep.
I got a ticket back there because I was bringing my family in with all their luggage.
Okay.
I couldn't park in the underground because
Right.
this thing's too
Yep.
high.
Yep.
Then, after getting the ticket, I moved up here and stopped, and then these two came and then asked me for driver's license, insurance, and registration. And I don't see why, because I'm just parked. I wasn't even in motion.
Okay.
So I mean, that's why I requested you, because I've done nothing wrong, broke no law,
right.
and then somebody's asking me for that.
Okay, well, you are on private property.
When the supervisor finally arrives, the man respectfully outlines everything that happened, from the parking ticket to the officer's sudden ID demand. The supervisor listens and confirms the airport area is private property, explaining that enforcement officers operate as agents of the airport. However, the man insists it's still public access, used by everyday travelers. The conversation remains calm but tense, as both sides debate where public access ends and private authority begins. The situation reveals the confusion many citizens face in gray legal zones.
Right, this airport belongs to airport property,
This is public.
but this is assigned to the airport over here, right?
It's still
And we are-
public,
okay.
right? This is
I'm-
public, right?
No, this is private. This is all private. As soon as you come,
I know it's private, but this is
Nope.
how the public gets in.
Nope.
It's
And if you
public
want,
access.
we can call public safety officer to come and tell you that they're GTAA employees,
I'm just saying it is public access.
but it's private property,
Oh,
right?
That's fine. Yeah.
So that's why these officers are asking you for your driver's license, ownership, insurance.
On private
You left-
property.
You left your vehicle unattended, right? That's what the call
It was
service
parked with the four ways on.
But unattended. Were you inside the vehicle?
No, I
So it was unattended.
went in there.
Yeah, so it's unattended. You left it unattended.
Yeah, and it was parked with the four ways on.
Doesn't matter.
There's
you
no
can,
reason
there's-
for that.
You can't park here with four ways on and leave your vehicle unattended.
Well, I got a ticket for it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
It
which
was
is fine.
already dealt with, and that's why I'm saying why is it carrying on? Why does it have to carry on after it's already dealt with?
But then you moved up a little bit and then you left your vehicle unattended again.
No, I didn't. No, I
Okay, So
didn't.
you just moved it up.
I just moved it up.
Okay, and is there a reason why you're still here?
My family's still inside. I haven't even said goodbye to my family. They're checking in, right?
So if you want to park your vehicle, you can't park your vehicle here and leave it unattended. If you leave it here
I'm not
unattended-
leaving it attended.
Okay, so now
The supervisor explains that because the man briefly left his vehicle unattended with its hazard lights on, it was flagged as suspicious. The man argues it had already been dealt with. He paid the fine, moved slightly forward, and was never blocking traffic. Yet, officers continue questioning him. He grows increasingly concerned as the dialogue turns repetitive. To him, it feels like harassment for something already resolved. This section exposes how enforcement can persist even after compliance, reflecting a power imbalance that citizens often struggle against.
since they're inside, if you want to say goodbye to them, I know you can't park there. You have to park at the Tim Hortons and you have to walk over this way.
But I'm not going in there to say goodbye. They're coming out to say
You
goodbye.
can't wait here. So it's either you're going to keep circling around.
That's fine with me.
Right?
I don't mind circling
so
around.
you keep
I just
circling around.
like-
If you leave it unattended, then we're going to tow it.
yeah.
right?
No,
Whether
that's
you-
fine.
whether you're standing-
No, I understand that from
Yeah.
the lady, right?
So even if you're standing curbside, right,
Yeah.
and this vehicle's unattended, we're going to tow it, right?
Yeah.
Because you've been asked to leave, you got a ticket already. Next
I
option-
wasn't asked to leave. I just got a ticket.
Okay, well now I'm going
Right,
to ask you to leave. I understand you're waiting for someone, but they're not here right now. You're standing outside here.
Yeah,
So
they're
circle
checking
back
in.
around, no problem. But the second you leave this unattended, if
They're
security
right
calls
there,
us,
by the way.
Yeah, so if
So-
security calls and leaves it unattended, it's going to get towed. So if you don't want your vehicle being towed and you're not going to leave it unattended, I would suggest leaving it at the Tim Hortons at Jetliner and Airport
Yeah.
Road, and you can either walk this way or take a cab here, and then the cab can take you back to your ambulance.
They're literally going to their flight. They're gonna come and say goodbye and then go to their flight.
Yeah.
Now they're going the opposite way because you guys are here.
So wherever they're going, if they're checking in,
Yeah. I guess that's why. But yeah, like I said, that's
Trying to de-escalate. The man reiterates he only wants to say goodbye to his family before they fly out. The supervisor insists he must leave the area or risk being towed if he steps away again. Despite his understanding, it becomes clear the officers are prioritizing strict enforcement over compassion or context. Even as he remains calm, they continue citing private property rules and their right to demand identification. The exchange underscores the tension between human empathy and bureaucratic rigidity in law enforcement behavior.
That was the whole thing I'm here for.
And just so you know, we do have authority to ID you, okay? So you can,
I think if you pull me over for a traffic stop, yes. But if you don't pull me over for a traffic stop, you don't. Is that not correct?
Well,
am I wrong?
You're still on private property.
No, but am I wrong?
That's where our powers come into place when you're on private property. Right?
But
and now
again,
we're agents of the
yes.
property. That's where we come into play. Okay, traffic stop. Yeah, no matter what, you have to ID yourself during a traffic.
Of course,
stop,
but it's not
right?
a traffic stop.
But right now you're on private property. So if you were asked for your ID, you're gonna have to provide your ID. Okay.
So you're paid by the airport?
GTAA. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you want to say bye to your family, and then
I
you can
do.
get going. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
As the encounter ends, the man thanks the officers and chooses to comply, unwilling to risk further trouble. The video concludes with a broader message. Even when you know your rights, dealing with law enforcement can feel like walking a tightrope. Officers may twist words or laws to compel obedience, even when no crime has occurred. This is why it's vital to stay calm, document everything, and understand your legal protections. Always record, always stay informed, and always stand firm for your rights.